people? It's your boy Nando. You know what it is. It's the Pound for Pound Boxing Show. You know, today we got a very special guest making her pro debut on the 24th of July on the Warren Boxing Management Show, live on Fight Zone TV. It's Louise Orton. Let's see if we can get her on now.
Hello.
Hey, Louise. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. How are you?
Not bad. Sorry about before. There was a little bit of a technical difficulty there to try and get you on. We got there in the end. How's things? How's camp? How's training?
Yeah, good. Really good. Doing really well at the moment. I had my mid-camp testing on Monday with my nutritionist. I'm well ahead of where I need to be at the moment. So we're actually taking our foot off the gas just for a few days. Just ticking over at the minute before we step it up again more towards the end of camp. So yes, doing really good.
Brilliant. It's been a long wait for you to make this debut, obviously for what's happened in the world. But when you first got the call, I don't know who it was, whether it was your coach, it was Alfie, it was Freddie, whoever it was, and said, Louise, we've got a date, 24th of July. Sum up your feeling to finally you're making your debut.
Oh, I was over the moon. Obviously, it was meant to happen in March, and I found out 2 weeks before that it was being postponed. But then when I got the call to say that they got another date and it was the 24th of July, although it was a little bit longer to wait, I was just over the moon that I had a date given the circumstances, because not everyone's been able to box through COVID. So I'm just grateful that I've been given the opportunity.
And not only is it just any event, people get to tune in. It's on Fight.
Exactly. Yeah, people get to tune in. We're allowed crowds.
That's the other thing. How does it feel that you get to make your debut with a crowd there as well? Other people had to make their debut during COVID or fight without a crowd, but you get to do it in front of a crowd and on TV.
I can't wait. It didn't bother me too much that crowds couldn't be there, because I know people would be watching at home. But yeah, just having a kind of atmosphere, like a buzzing atmosphere, I think it's limited to 1,000 capacity, but should still get a fair few amount there. And I think the crowd makes it what it is, really. They give it the atmosphere, hearing people cheer you on and stuff. It just gives you that extra boost sometimes that you need. So yeah, can't wait.
It's going to be a brilliant night. Let's talk about Fight Zone. How brilliant is this for like small hall fights and the opportunity for people like yourself, for people to see you on TV on an app as well? Why should people subscribe to this app?
It is, yeah. So it's a growing platform. It's new. Not everyone kind of knows about it at the minute, but it is very popular at the moment, and it's becoming more popular. They're having regular shows, and it gives people like myself, like you say, those that haven't had the opportunity to get onto Matchroom and to get onto Frank Warren shows and stuff like that. It gives those the opportunity to get out. You're on the app, you're live, and it just gives people that opportunity that previously they haven't had. So yeah, it's a massive step forward in boxing, definitely.
Brilliant. And I hope the app grows and grows and grows, because it's brilliant. You know, if you can't make a show, you know, $4.99 a month, you're practically getting a show every week. Whether it's Dennis Hobson in Sheffield, whether it's the Warren brothers or anyone else who's going to sign a contract with Fight Zone. It's just a brilliant app, and cheap as well. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, can't get cheaper than that, really, can you? So it's good.
Let's talk about the 24th of July. Do you know who your opponent is yet, or are they still finding one?
No idea. No idea who my opponent is at the minute. But to be honest, I'm preparing to fight regardless of kind of who's in front of me. I'm ready. I'm good to go. And yeah, I'll box to kind of the best of my ability, and I'll adapt to whoever's in front of me. So yeah, no opponent as of yet, but to be confirmed.
If you knew who your opponent was, are you the type to do your research, or whoever it is, you're going to do your thing? It doesn't matter who it is. You won't change your style. Or is it about what style they are that you might have to adapt to that style?
To be honest, I used to kind of do a lot of research around my opponents, and I found that it would make me a lot more nervous, and I would end up worrying more about trying to find out information about them than I would about boxing. And I think sometimes a lot of people say, oh, this person does this, so you need to do that, you need to change the way you box and stuff like that. But I think I will box how I box, and I think I'm kind of knowledgeable enough in the ring, and I'm adaptable enough to be able to, if what I'm doing is not working and I know that I need to try something else, but I won't go out there with the mindset of I need to box this way because they box that way. I'll make them change their style to adapt to me. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not, if you go out there with a game plan, sometimes it doesn't go to plan. And I think it does help to know if someone's kind of renowned for dropping their hands or something like that, and you need to trigger them and stuff. That's fair enough, because that's having a game plan and kind of knowing how to trigger them off. But I think going out there and saying I'm going to box this way because they box that way, that's not what I'm going to do. No.
So what I want to know is, obviously we know what's been happening in the world in the last year. What I want to know is, how did you stay level-headed and positive? Obviously, if this didn't happen, you probably would have made your debut last year.
Yeah.
How did you stay so positive, thinking, you know, my time is going to come, even though it's been a year, well, over a year actually. And how did you stay level-headed and think my time will come?
Don't get me wrong, it has been difficult, and I think I'd be lying if I said it hadn't been difficult. But I think the support that I've got from my friends and my family and like the team around me just kind of egging me on, and I think the fact that I know I've got the ability to do well at it, I think that's what kind of keeps me going, because it's my dream, it's my goal, it's what I do every day, it's what I live for. I'm living it, I'm breathing it. Do you know what I mean? So I think staying focused on the end goal is what's kept me going, and having the support of those around me, like encouraging me, and people that are already kind of on the bigger platform, that are already boxing quite regularly on matchroom shows and stuff, just having them kind of egging me on, saying that they know that I can do it, they know that I can be there, that I just need to stick at it, really. So yeah, I think it's a combination of the end goal and having the support that I've got.
How brilliant are the Warren brothers? What's it like being part of that? You know, obviously everyone knows the nephews of Frank Warren, Hall of Famer. What are they like? I know what they're like. They're great people as well. But being your promoters and managers, what are they like?
Yeah, good. Definitely good. They're growing as well. You see, kind of, I think every day last week and this week they've pretty much had a new signing. So yeah, they are growing. Not many people knew about them at first when they were first kind of getting underway, but yeah, they're definitely growing now. They've got me the regular kind of sponsorship from Ringside, where I get all my kit and everything like that, which I didn't have before. So I'm really grateful for that. A regularly monthly sponsor from Meat Market, they've got me as well. So yeah, we're growing, we're learning, we're kind of still getting to know each other, because I've not boxed for them yet. But yeah, it's all going in the right direction.
Amazing. What I want to know is, I want to bring up a few names for you. Just a few names from your past as well. So obviously you used to spar Chantelle Cameron.
Yeah.
Since you were 13, is that correct?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
A lot of people have always said, from the moment they meet Chantelle and see her spar or fight, they knew she was going to be a world champion. Did you see that? Did you see
that?
Yeah,
100%. Like you said, I've known Chantelle since we were young. We used to kickbox together, and just seeing her in the ring and kind of how brutal she was in the people that she used to box, it was, you knew that she had something special, and you knew that she was going to go far. And yeah, from day one you could see this girl's definitely going to go far and definitely going to be a world champion, and look what she's done.
I've got to know, how hard can she hit? Because I heard she can hit.
I tell you now, everyone says to me, who's the hardest that's ever hit you, or kind of what's been your hardest spar? But Chantelle, I think, definitely edges bets, because she's the hardest I've been hit. But at the same time, she's relentless. She doesn't stop coming forwards, and that's what I like in sparring. I like people that make me work, that make me move, that put pressure on me, and Chantelle definitely does that.
Yeah, I always hear people talk about two names in the women's division who apparently spar men and give them trouble, and that's her and Savannah Marshall. Apparently they both hit incredibly hard. And her last fight, I think her opponent Hernandez, I think, underestimated her power, because when she first hit her, you saw the shock in her face as well.
Definitely, yeah. And she looked so relaxed in that fight as well. She was so relaxed. Yeah, she was fine that.
Who would you like her to fight next? Obviously, a lot of names been brought up. If you could pick, who would it be?
It was talking about Savannah or Chantelle?
Chantelle.
Chantelle. I think everyone wants the Katie Taylor fight. I think everyone wants Chantelle to have that Katie Taylor fight. So yeah, there has been kind of talk of her maybe kind of stepping down a weight and looking at potentially like maybe Terri Harper or someone that like Tasha Jonas along those lines. But I think the fight that everyone wants to see, that everyone knows should happen, is the Katie Taylor fight. 1,000,000%, million percent.
100%. Another name, I believe you fought her in the amateurs, is Sandy Ryan.
Yeah, I boxed Sandy Ryan in, I think it was, oh God, I can't remember what year it was, but it's a fair few years ago now. Yeah, that was in the championships.
2016, was it? Or 17?
Was it 2016? Oh, wow. I think it probably was about then, yeah.
Did you think, just signed for Matchroom, did you think she would sign for a massive platform like that? How good is Sandy Ryan?
Yeah, I think it was inevitable because I think with the GB background, she's popular on GB. She's kind of been to the big competition. She's been to the Worlds, and I think that's what the bigger platforms look for at the moment. They're generally taking the people with the GB background, and yeah, Sandy's got it all to that aspect. So yeah, I wasn't surprised.
Would you like another crack at Sandy in the future?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. Why not? Yeah, definitely. I think she's doing the weight above. I think she's 2 weights above. But yeah, definitely. As time goes on, catch weight somewhere along the middle. Yeah, why not?
Brilliant. I've seen a few interviews of yourself. You've brought up Terri Harper.
Yeah,
that's someone that you want in the future. What makes Louise Orton different from all of Terri Harper's previous opponents, apart from Jonas, who it's fair to say was a controversial decision? What makes you so different to, let's say, dethrone Terri Harper?
Yeah, I think, like you said, personally, I think Tasha Jonas is probably the one person that she's boxed that was actually of a good level. I think Tasha's brilliant. Tasha's amazing. And if I'm honest, I think Tasha won that fight. And so do a lot of people. But in terms of what have I got that's different, I think Terri Harper's quite one-dimensional. And I definitely think that I've got better skills than Terri Harper. I've definitely got kind of more grit and determination. And yeah, 100%, I want to have that fight.
Brilliant. I would love to see that fight as well. Obviously, the women's division, the pool of women in certain of the weight classes isn't a lot. So that's why you see the likes of who's an example, Shannon Courtney becoming world champion after 5-6 fights. So it may come quick for you as well. A fight that I personally would like to see, and I want to get your take on it, is obviously we had Amy Timlin versus Carly Skelly for the vacant Commonwealth title. Ended up in a controversial draw. Amy was meant to fight her again. She got injured. Now she's going for the European. That Commonwealth title is still vacant. Would you welcome that fight with Carly Skelly for the vacant Commonwealth title?
I think they're a few weights below me. I think they're a few weights below me. But what do you mean? Would I have that fight?
Would you welcome the Carly Skelly fight, even if it's not for the title? I know.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, 100%. Why not? I think if people are given the opportunity, then you've got to take the opportunity. But yeah, 1,000,000%, definitely, yeah.
What's your take on the other champions in your division? Obviously, we spoke about Terri, but then you've got the likes of Troy Hamaduchi and then Michaela Mayo as well. What's your take on these other champions?
Yeah, you've got. I think Persona's got a few titles at my weight as well. I think she's actually ranked #1 according to BoxRec. Not sure if that's kind of out of date or whatever, but yeah, I think. Do you know what I mean? People have boxed that they've demonstrated that they've got the ability, but in terms of the level of boxers that are out there, I think they've only just scratched the surface. And I think what's kind of already been seen, there's a lot more behind the scenes. And I myself are one of them people that's going to come through that people haven't seen before, and they're going to kind of be like, wow, like where did this person come from? But do you know what I mean? They're basing their judgments on what's out there at the moment, and like I say, there's a lot of hidden talents that haven't been displayed yet. So yeah.
There's a lot of options for you out there. Stevie Late, I can't pronounce her name.
Stevie Levy, yeah.
Levy,
She's I believe she's actually my weight. Yeah, I was trying to arrange some sparring with her at some point soon. But it's a fair few hours away, and working full time at the minute is difficult. Yeah. But as soon as I go part time, I can able to get out a bit more, travel a bit more, and get some more sparring. But yeah, definitely.
I think that's an easy fight to make, seeing as Ben Boxing with his connection with Fight Zone and Warren Boxing Management.
Exactly.
It's a great fight in the future as well.
Yeah, definitely. I'd take it. Listen, anyone that's put in front of me, I'll box. Yeah, definitely. There'll be no no's coming from me.
Brilliant. How great is it with the women's division? How it's grown so much in the last, let's say, 10 years, for example, even 5 years. How great is it that you get to see a lot of events with more women boxers on there, more title fights, and people recognize the women's game more?
Yeah, I think it's, like you say, it's grown massively over the last couple of years, which is good. A lot of people I speak to actually prefer watching the females box. They say it's more entertaining. But yeah, it's something that's growing, and it's still growing. We're obviously still not evenly matched to the men. We don't do the 3-minute rounds. But I'm not one of those that's complaining about that. I think the 2-minute rounds is a lot more entertaining because there's a lot more work being done in the 2-minute rounds than there is in the 3-minute rounds. But yeah, as well, we're not evenly paid, but the argument for that is because of the length of rounds that the males do in comparison to the females. But we're definitely putting on a competition for the men, and I think that competition, as time goes on, the kind of the margin and the gap between us will start to close a bit more.
100%. I believe that within a year's time, you're going to see probably one of the highest paid female fights in history. You're going to see that. I can see. I don't know who will be involved. Whether it's maybe McCaskill versus Katie Taylor.
Probably Katie Taylor.
Yeah, so it might be McCaskill Taylor too, or it might be Katie Taylor versus
Chantelle.
I know who?
Chantelle.
Yeah, Chantelle, yeah. Amanda Serrano. It depends.
Yeah,
if Katie goes up 2 weights, 3 weights, Shields. I know she's a little bit too big for Katie, but that's a fight that could happen.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah, potentially. I think anything's possible, and for the females as well.
Sorry, my connection.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, I think anything's possible, especially for. That's all right. Yeah, with the females, I think where there's not as many female boxers, I think some females are pressured to kind of jump between weights and fluctuate just to get the fight. So yeah, I think anything's possible. Either side of your weight category, I think is a good match.
No, I totally agree. If your fans or any boxing fans in general want to attend the 24th, how can they buy tickets from your side?
So anyone who wants to get tickets, you can find me on social media, on Instagram, Louise_champ1. I'm on Facebook as Louise Boxing Orton. You can contact me direct for tickets, or you can go online to Warren Boxing Management and contact one of them, or even contact my coach, Richard Sawyer, through Amigos Boxing. We'll all have tickets to distribute. So yeah, any one of those platforms.
Brilliant. Louise, we can't wait to see you make your debut. We're going to be there backstage. Hopefully we'll meet you afterwards, get another interview as well. A message for the fans for the 24th, and what can they expect that night? Louise, can you hear me?
Definitely. So if you don't now, you will after after the 24th. But yeah, watch out, I'm coming.
Brilliant. Louise, I want to take this time to say thank you for speaking to us today.
I can, yeah.
And we'll see you on the 24th, and good luck with everything.